Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Miguel's View. Let's talk about tomorrow's watches. Let's get started. All right, guys, welcome back. I hope you had an amazing trading day today. There was definitely opportunities in the market today. Even in the penny stock world, you had a lot of energy stocks moving, 500%, 100%, 50%, a lot of stuff going on, definitely bringing the volatility back. So hope you were able to catch something. If not, no big deal. The market is not going anywhere. Every day there's going to be new opportunities. There's days, well, listen, when I don't feel comfortable taking a trade and we sit back and we just kind of sit the silence or we're not comfortable. But definitely let the trade come to you. Don't chase anything. Because when the right setup comes to you, then you hit that home run, and you make up for all the time you were just there waiting. So it's definitely worth it not to FOMO in. The market will be open tomorrow and the rest of the week and the rest of the year, so you'll have opportunities. Don't FOMO in. If you miss it, wait for it to come back to you. Anyways, the SPY, guys, yesterday on Friday, we closed on a flat top, and you already know I use Heikin Ashi candles because I like the way they show me the trend. I love that, when you get a flat top, continuation is usually to the downside, and a flat bottom continuation to the top with a doji reversal either to the top or to the bottom, along with my volume and my squeeze. All right, these three things in combination of the trends really help me and give me an edge on the market. So today we were looking already for the market to be bearish because we had closed on a flat top here on Friday, and I was looking, my bias was to the downside, either or, because we did have a little bit of green volume there on Friday, but just not enough, to for bulls to come back in. But especially with the Ukraine and Russia war going on, just a lot of resistance up in these levels. So even when we had this rally, I've been saying that these rallies are superficial. When we had this rally here, I said these rallies are superficial and they'll likely come back. And sure enough, we hit another low here, and then this rally here that lasted for only a few days here again came back and are superficial rallies. All right, they're not, until we see the weekly show strength, then we can see a potential reversal or recovery. So you could see here we did close last week on a doji, and now momentum still keeps going to the downside, and we started with some selling volume here. So not looking too pretty. For me, I am looking to test around this 400 level again. If you are a dip buyer, this could be a potential double bottom and then rise up to the top. What am I looking for? And I discussed this in other videos, to give me a sign of a potential recovery in the market, is I am looking for a break of this trend, and hopefully we can get something like this, a doji, right? We can get a doji, something like that, and then a flat bottom, okay, above this trend. This will give me confidence that the market is going to recover to the upside. That's what I will look for. I will look for this doji to close on green volume, maybe give me a shift of momentum, like for example over here, what we did back in 2020 here. You see this nice doji, all right, and then we get a flat bottom here, and then we get confirmation here with the trend changing, okay, and then we get above the EMA, and then we just keep going after that. So that is what I'm waiting for, for a potential recovery in the market. Other than that, the weekly still downtrending, still below this downtrend, and as long as we stay below this downtrend, we're going to continue going down. Look at this trend here, just momentum to the downside, a lot of pressure to the downside, and you know, we are already starting the week with red volume with a lot of selling there. So what am I expecting for tomorrow? I am expecting for the SPY to come near this. How far did we go today? We went to 418, so 410 is where we bounced last time. This 410 right here, and if it breaks, we have room to this trend line. Now last time we did come down over here on the SPY, I was looking for the SPY to come and bounce off this trend line, and unfortunately we didn't hit it. We bounced off pretty hard during the pre-market. I remember I was looking at these levels. I was looking at 700 on Tesla. I had a plan with the members on the Discord that we were gonna buy in this areas on 700 on Tesla, near 400 here on SPY. It all happened early in pre-market, and it bounced without us at that point. And so we quite didn't hit this trend, but at some point I'm expecting, okay, SPY to come and hit this trend down here. When we hit this trend, this is where I will be long for a bounce, for a potential bounce here. But you can see the channel here on the daily. Okay, we're on this channel, up, down, up. Now we're gonna come down, and potentially we'll go up again and then down. How low we're gonna go, I don't know. Nobody, guys, but nobody knows. Nobody ever knows how low the market's going. Now we do technical analysis to potentially see where we have supports and where we can bounce, and that's where we build our plan from. So I'm expecting at some point to come and test this trend line and potentially bounce, or we might just double bottom here and then, you know, break this downtrend and go to the upside. Who knows? All right, but these are levels that we can definitely expect some bounces, either short term. Sometimes bounces are short term, sometimes they bounce hard, like it did in this case. It just, you know, it all depends how the volume comes in. And so I am expecting more downside, and right here 410 will be first target to see if we bounce. And then if you're shorting and we break 410, then we're gonna come and test this 400 psychological level. Okay, and then if we break above that, then we're gonna come and test this trend. All right, so these are the targets that we can hit here for some puts, for some shorts on SPY. And that's what I'm looking at for tomorrow. So those are the levels that you want to keep on watch. Those are the levels that you want to, major levels that you want to take profits if you're shorting, or take something off the table. Or if you want to get a bounce, those are also potentially bounce where, depending on what day we hit it, you know, you can play lotto calls on these areas as well. Buy some lottos, and if we get a bounce off of there, those lottos can turn into a couple of points, and you'll be profitable as well. Many ways that you can, you know, make money in this market. Just knowing your levels of support and resistance, along with trading high Kanashi candles. Okay, so high Kanashi candles are this type of candles that you see here in my chart. This is what I use. Not many people use them, but to me, it gives me an edge using them, and they're very easy to understand, very easy to follow the trend, along with volume and momentum squeeze. If you like to know how we use them on day trading, come over to our channel, and the link's down below, and we trade live, and I explain exactly how I use them towards day trading. So let's look at the Qs really quick. I think Qs, we have the same scenario here on the daily. So on the daily, we did close with another flat top here, momentum to the downside with a lot of selling volume here. All right, and this is where I'm expecting the Qs to hit. 318 is the area where we can, you know, come in double bottom here and potentially bounce, but we also have this trend here to the downside. So great Great strategy here for this one. I think this box here was the we had it on watch because it was the weekly candle, I believe. Yeah. And so this weekly candle, if you saw my previous video, we broke below, and look at this doji. This is what I always talk about, guys. Look at this doji candle. Okay, doji candle, red volume, and momentum. Where's it going? To the downside, right? Momentum to the downside. We closed on red volume with a doji indecision candle here, and that tells me that more than likely we're gonna break to the downside. Okay, so sometimes I anticipate, even on day trading, I anticipate this breaks to the downside. Why? Because we closed on a doji Heikin candle with red volume and momentum to the downside, and so I anticipate this breaks when I see this type of setup. Now if we close on green volume with the doji candle, with the red doji candle, you know, then it could go either way. Now we close red and green with the green doji candle and momentum like this to the upside, then, you know, chances are 90% of the time that we're going to the top, and we anticipate that break, and we play that during day trading and also swinging. And yeah, very easy to trade the market using Heikin. Now it's not for everybody, because you really have to understand how to use them. Here we have another one right here. Okay, we have a beautiful doji here on the weekly. All right, we broke above, and look at this trend. If this is your first time, look at this trend. You could have wrote this for a couple of weeks. If this is your first time watching, this is my style of trading. It's different. It's easier, in my opinion, to teach. And once you get it down, I think you have an edge. So again, if we go back to the Qs, we might get a bounce here on the Qs to this 318. Now, if that breaks, what's gonna happen? Okay, so if that breaks, we do have a support here at, what is it, three, very, very close, 315. So pretty close to there. So you know, it's, to me, I think this area is gonna be an area of a bounce. It's gonna be very, very hard to break, I think, because we have a lot of support in this area. And if we were to break, okay, the next area that we would bounce off of, or if we break and you're playing puts or shorts here, is 300. Why? 300 is an even psychological area where people are gonna come in and buy the Qs to the upside. Okay, so if this area doesn't hold up, 300 would be next. So keep that on watch for tomorrow. We're getting close to those areas of resistance. Now let's go over here to our friend Tesla. Now Tesla's been holding up pretty well, even though the market was selling off today. It was holding off for the most part. It was doing okay. Wasn't selling off hard. Where's my day? Oh, I am in the daily. Let me clean this up really quick. Okay, and again, Tesla, we closed on a Friday on some red volume. Right here, you can see today continuation. We do have an indecision candle because today Tesla didn't sell off like some of the other stocks. Okay, we kind of held in this area of support. So tomorrow, let's see if we continue to the downside, or we're just gonna kind of consolidate and kind of do what we did in this area right here before we make a move. You see, Tesla attempts to kind of consolidate for a little while before we make a move to the up or to the bottom. So let's keep on watch on that. For tomorrow, Tesla might be moving, consolidating up and down. Now, sometimes Tesla does give you opportunities to day trade, to scalp. If it's in a range, just find that channel, find that pattern that is making and trade, you know, those bounces from the top to the bottom or the bottom to the top, and you'll do okay. Scalp a couple points, and you'll be all right. And so that is Tesla. Again, if we go to the weekly here, we see that we are forming a doji on this weekly. So we close this doji again with momentum to the downside. All right, we did have green volume again, but momentum is shifting. It didn't align with this. All right, so it could go either way here. So again, just like the SPY and Qs, we do have a trend. All right, and until we get above, then we can get a change of trend. Now Tesla can get interesting, because if the following week, let's say we close on this doji here, the following week we close above with a flat bottom, then we can have a recovery to the upside. So let's keep on watching. Let's see how Tesla does. So that is Tesla. Let's go over to NVDA. NVDA, I like it because we're hitting the support here. Again, you see the momentum shifting to the downside. Okay, we did close. Let's go to the daily. We did close with a flat bottom, with a flat top here, and with red volume, shifting momentum, but we are holding this support here. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Let's see if it holds or it breaks. You can see we have multiple bounces on NVDA here on the daily. We've had this bounce, we've had this bounce, this bounce right here, and then let's see if this one can bounce here. So tomorrow, let's keep that on watch. If we do hold here, then you can buy some calls here to the upside. We can jump all the way to back to 230 before we hit some resistance on NVDA. Now if we break, where do we go? If we break, we're gonna hit this area of support here around 200. Again, 200 will be a area of even psychological number, and that's where we can potentially, you know, again, bounce off. So keep that on watch on NVDA, and same thing for AMD. Let's go back here. And AMD, we came really close. We closed at 101.30, so we are cracking a little below here, this upper trend line here on the daily. Again, next area of support is going to be this 99 area tomorrow. So that is the area right here from back in October of last year, I believe. And so keep that on watch for area of support. If that were to break, then we can go to this area, 90, 91, 92 area. So let's keep that on watch and see if that's where it wants to go. We did close in a flat top here with red volume momentum to the downside. So now that it's cracked, potential 99 to 92 area on AMD. So keep that on watch tomorrow. And then what else do we have? Microsoft, again, we come to this area of support right here at 274. Again, Friday we close with a flat top, red volume. The momentum continues to the downside, red volume, and we are building here on the TTM momentum to the upside. So maybe we can bounce off of here. If that were to fail, okay, if that were to fail, next area of support will be around this area, 262. So keep that on watch for tomorrow on Microsoft. How is the weekly doing? Again, all these weeklies have the same pattern, and they have this steep downtrend to the downside. So if you look at this on the weekly, we do have room to come to this area right here to around 260, 263, 265. Hey, what's up, brother? I'll look at Apple right now. That'll be my last one. And so we do have room to come to this area. Now, if you are a dip buyer, okay, if you are investing long term, this is not investment advice, all right, but this would be a great dip buy for Microsoft if you are investing long term. Now, can it continue down? Of course it can. Okay, nobody ever knows where is the bottom of this downtrend, but definitely for me, Microsoft, I will be adding at this level. Okay, and if we come more down, I will average down on my position here on Microsoft. For day trades, if we bounce off of here, go back to your hourly, draw your support and resistances, and you can trade. You can make a bias off the daily, knowing it's a flat bottom with momentum to the downside, and play puts and wait for a setup on the hourly, and then go back to your 5 minutes or 1 minute, whatever you trade. So yeah, again, look at here, flat, we had a doji with red volume. Where do we go? Boom, to the bottom. Okay, so we're looking for this now. What's up, Mr. J? So you asked for Apple, but I think that's going to be my last one because this video is getting kind of long. Again, Apple is a great stock, and Apple I'm looking to add some nice dips on long term. I do have Apple. I have a great average. I think I have it like at 120. But last time we bounced the Apple 151. We are breaking below the EMAs here. That's what my candle turned yellow. But you can see Apple holds up very well. You know, even here on the when Corona hit, I mean, it held really well. Look at this, have been great dips, and so I don't expect to go Apple. The furthest I think Apple will go, honestly, if the market just sells off, probably 138, 140, and that to me, I would just personally, not financial advice, I would add to my position in those levels. If we go to the daily here, we are respecting this upper trend that we have. Last time the market sold off. Last week we bounced pretty hard up to the upside. We did close in a flat top here using my system with a red volume, and momentum is shifting here, but it does not coincide with the red volume and flat top, so we have to respect these levels. Okay, and so tomorrow, let's see, maybe 157, which today closed at 158. So let's see. Well, we don't want to see an Apple. Well, depends. Some of you do want to get some better days, but if a candle closes below this trend right here on Apple, then Apple will probably come to have a little bit of more downside, maybe to 150. If the market continues to sell off, I think the lowest Apple can go, in my opinion, will probably be this 140 area before we reverse. I just don't see Apple going below 140, and anywhere in these areas I would add to my position on Apple. Really great company, great stock. And now if you're looking to day trade, let's look at the 1 hourly. So today we went up. Okay, we couldn't break above that EMA, rejected 2 times, and then we formed, look at this, we formed this doji. As soon as we broke to the doji with a flat top, red volume, downside. And if you would have ride those flat tops. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 before you got a doji. So 6 hours of downtrend here. Now you have a doji. So tomorrow, let's see if we can break above this trend. Chances are we're gonna go and test this 161 area again. So test here. I don't know that we'll get above just because the market sentiment is to the downside right now, but maybe we'll just come make a new low or make a double bottom. So we'll see. You have to watch this trend. If we can bet above, you can play some calls here, get 2 points, and then more likely we're gonna reject here on Apple. If Apple were to break, okay, we have room to 167, but there's a lot of resistance here in this area. There's a lot of resistance here in this area. And so I don't expect right now Apple to get above 167 if we were to go to those levels again. More likely it will reject and come back down. So that's what I would be looking at for Apple. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe the video if you really like the content. Also, share it with your family, share it with your friends on social media. Would really help me grow the channel, grow the community. Also, if you want to trade with me live during the market open, and you can click on the link below and join our Discord. And yeah, we trade live. Come in 30 minutes before the market, see what's trending, set our bias on what trades we're gonna take, see if we see any setups. I alerted in the Discord, and then you know, we execute. So if you want to be part of that, join us on the Discord. Click on the link below. Other than that, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys mañana. Have a great rest of your night. Enjoy with your family and friends, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.